I'm frequently asked, when was the text of the Torah recorded? Was it in fact all written at Sinai, or was some of it added later on? And sometimes that question comes from the text of the Torah itself, such as at the end of Parshas Vayishlach, where the Torah says it's going to present us with a list of Edomite kings who reigned Lifnei Melech Melech B'nai Yisrael, before there was a Jewish king. Now, there wasn't a Jewish king until the time of Shaul, centuries after the Chumash was closed. Does that mean we're getting a list of names of kings of Edom who reigned after the Chumash? Is this a section added in later? Ibn Ezra noted that there are those who believe that. And then he said, absolutely not. He said, Chalila v'chalila, God forbid. And he said, a sefer in which that idea is recorded, Re'uya L'Sarif. He said it should be burned. Rather, he explained, it's a reference to kings of Edom from before the time of Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe was a king of Israel. Shaul was not our first king. Moshe was. A similar question arises regarding this week's Parsha of Va'era. The Torah says that Hashem speaks to Moshe with a special name, Yud, He, Vav, and He, and it says, Ushmi Hashem lo nodati lahem. I spoke, Hashem says, to Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, but I never made myself known by that name when I spoke to them. They didn't know me by the name Yud, He, Vav, and He. And this is problematic, because if we look in Sefer Bereshis, we find that Hashem used that name, Yud, He, Vav, and He, when speaking to Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. So what are we to make of this? Did somebody writing the Torah later on go back and insert the name Yud, He, Vav, and He in Hashem's conversations with Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov? Ibn Ezra again notes the existence of this idea, and again he says absolutely not. Rather, there's a difference between knowing Hashem by a certain name and knowing Hashem by a certain name. Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov certainly know Hashem and have a connection with Hashem, and they're aware of the name Yud, He, Vav, and He. However, Moshe knows Hashem on an entirely different level. Panim el panim, face to face. It's a knowledge which is truly an intimacy. This is what Moshe is seeking with Hashem, and Hashem says this is the relationship you will have. The same should be true for us. We should seek to know Hashem on deeper and more thorough levels, to actually have a connection, an ongoing relationship with Hashem, to merit a stage in which it will be said of us as well, Ushmi Hashem nodati lahem, not only that we knew Hashem in an intellectual sense, being aware of the Torah and the mitzvos, but really being aware of Hashem, really having a connection with Hashem, knowing Hashem to the extent we can, panim el panim, face to face. Thank you very much. Have a good Shabbos.